Hello again, and welcome to Coach Barnabas. It's episode 82. I'm Corey, and as you can probably see if you're watching on the YouTube, is I'm sitting outside in the parking lot in front of a famous grocery store and everything store because it is the holiday season. And as I record this, it's a few days before Thanksgiving, and I am about to run into said store to pick up some almost last minute supplies that we need for Thanksgiving. So that is kind of the nature of this time of year. It got me to thinking about going into a store like this where you can buy anything from carrots to couches, I guess. We think of, wow, if you need something, run to that store, go to that online store. They have everything you need. It got me to thinking that, you know what? This store doesn't have everything, and your online store doesn't have everything. And you may have to go all over the place to try to find exactly what it is you need and what you're looking for. God, Jesus, is the El Shaddai, the all-sufficient one. Understand that wants and needs are two different things. If you go out and buy a car that is outside of your budget and you make all kinds of, you're right on the edge of being able to survive with these car payments, and the insurance and all the other bells and whistles, maintenance that go along with keeping that car in your driveway and keep it functioning. If you're right on the edge, then that leaves zero margin for your budget, right? So if something goes wrong, something in the house goes wrong, you have a health issue, something happens with your work, your job, then that want that you had, is a very strong want, then puts you in a position of need. Now, this is the thing, is we sometimes corner ourselves with overextending ourselves with our wants that then push us over into the thing where it's like, but God, I need to make my car payments. And God's saying, I never intended for you to have that car in the first place. If you'd got something more reasonable, something more within your budget, something more sensible, if you'd listened to me in the first place, you wouldn't be where you are now, to where that burden has become a need. So that's something that, is very important to remember. I want to go back to my point, understanding that He is able to supply all our need according to His riches and glory. He is the one we need. So this is the thing, is lean into Jesus. He is the all-sufficient one. He is El Shaddai, and He is the one that can supply it. Okay? And again, remember that what I want, Lord, is I want this really neat thing, or I want this relationship, or I want this, I want that, I want that. And God's saying, but that's not what I have for you. I have something even better. But lean into me and trust me. If you remember in episode 81, talked about just waiting on God and being patient and not forcing things, not manipulating the situation. Because when we do that, as we talked about with Abraham and Sarah, is by manipulating things, by forcing things, we end up messing things up. That's because we're human. But if we wait and trust God, then Abraham should have learned that. He learned that eventually with Isaac. And perhaps the whole precursor, the whole backstory to Abraham and Sarah helped him to do the right thing when it came to Isaac. And that God provided the ram that would be the sacrifice. He wouldn't have to sacrifice Isaac, but the fact that he was willing to, and he trusted that the Lord was going to come through. But even if he didn't, he was going to obey God. And I honestly believe that was a lesson learned from that previous mistake. I can't prove it. That's my theory. Okay. And I plan on asking Abraham one day, in heaven. So, but that, I honestly think that, we can learn from our mistakes. And that's a very valuable thing. But we can also learn from other people's mistakes. So let's do that. So I just want to encourage you, as you go into this season and you're running around, you're trying to find that thing, or you're trying to, supply all of the needs of your household, and you want to buy presents, and you want to do all these things, is to really lean into God with the bigger things in life. Or even if it's just, having to buy something and you really need it, is just to lean into Him, trust Him, wait on Him, and let Him lead you, let Him guide you, because He's sufficient to do so, and He's faithful to do so. So trust Him today. So that's really it. I just wanted to share that with you. It's a very short one. It's the holiday season, hustle, bustle, and all that kind of good stuff. But I hope this word lands on fertile soil in your heart. Maybe this is something you are going through right now. Maybe it's something you're going to go through weeks from now, months from now. I don't know. And maybe this little chat will kind of spark something in you. But maybe you're going through it right now, and you just need to know that God is sufficient, more than sufficient, for all of your needs according to his riches and glory. But just remember that his definition of what you need may be different than yours, and you just need to align yourself and say, God, whatever it is you want for me, that's what I want. And I'm willing to lay aside the cares of the world. I'm willing to lay aside that bright, shiny new thing, or whatever the trending toy is this Christmas season. I'm willing to lay that all down. And when I say toys, I don't just mean for kids. I mean, we adults like our toys too. But if we're willing to say, God, all those things aside, I want you. I just want what you have for me. And you pour out on my life out of the abundance of your storehouse, not the abundance of this one behind me. But I want what you have for me, God. I want to be closer to you. I want to be more like you. And help me to do that. Give me what I need to be more like you, to trust you, to obey you, to represent you, and to grow in my relationship with you, and to be more and more holy as I go through this life. Give me what I need, Lord, to be honorable, to be a good and faithful servant in your sight. Be encouraged. Be an encourager. I look forward to talking again very soon. But before I do, pray for me, because I'm about to go in there and I could use your prayers. And I'll be praying for you too, because I know you'll be going into places like this yourself over the days and weeks to come. So God bless you. Talk to you soon.